Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Another day in winter, but today it's like super sunny. It's good and everything. Okay, let me adjust this because I wasn't home. It seems like my setup has been modified. So like I use a laptop, so when I go to do my PhD stuff in another city, I take my laptop with me. But yeah, regardless. Okay, before we start, okay, I always have to do this warning where I say that this is not what I'm going to. Okay, I have a full article on this topic. You can go to zeriaimon.com, read the full article with all the sins displayed and everything. But I actually kind of delayed the making of the rest of the video, so I made one, two, three at the same time, and delayed the fourth because I was kind of focused with the work and on the work that was being done, or I was focused on my part-time work. I mean, I work full time in the day, and then at the evening, I just start working part time with a certain company that I'm not gonna name for now. And yesterday, they did a very funny thing where they pulled the rug on us. They literally did like a literal job rug pull. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I mean, I'm not telling you this to gain your sympathy or anything. It's just kind of funny because I'm talking about deadly sins, and they make like the deadliest of sins. I don't know which one it is, but I'm gonna see in a second. As I say, this is not like describing these sins or doing anything important. We're just gonna make it a fun, like story-like video. This and all the other videos. So I have to like always start the videos by saying this because a lot of people think this is like a very serious video, but no, it's like just I tell stories about use cases or stories about cases with this sin and how you can avoid them. Okay, the how you can avoid them part is kind of difficult as I couldn't avoid this because I personally couldn't avoid what happened, and yeah, super funny. Anyway, um, I guess we should start. So, sloth, the sin of avoiding the necessary, difficult, or boring work required for a healthy project. It's the will fix it later, or that's good enough attitude that's prioritizes short-term ease over long-term stability. And surprisingly, this is basically what happened. Okay, so uh, we at the back end we do like slow and steady work, except for like the first 6 months. So we did like very fast work just to get the application going, and we basically did the work of 5 years from the previous agency in like 5 months, or technically 7 or 6, 6, 7. Okay, I'm not into the brain rot or anything. I just heard the meme and it was funny. Okay, I don't know if it's a meme or just like some brain rot BS. Regardless, basically, yeah, 6, 7 months of working, and we've like recreated the whole backend because the original backend was like a monolith with garbage architecture, etc., etc. And we recreated it with microservices. What else? Microservices with Aspire. Uh, a lot of like new cool things, messaging queues, some we even created like our own custom event sourcing management. I mean, we didn't need to, but we our specific use case kind of required it. Still, um, it's kind of it's like a slap in the face when you trust someone and then they do something like this. So we've been working for like 2 months without pay, basically. Okay, well, a month and 22 days, basically. So this is like 22nd of November. Regardless, it's kind of very bad. Anyway, this well, a lot of these or this sin basically is caused by a lack of vision from the managers in there, and basically also on the other side, it's like from the developers who really. Okay, so I'm kind of like reading whatever there is. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna go straight to the examples. So our first example of this company that just rug pulled us, and that is that they hired a vibe coder or like a very very beginner developer in a certain technology, and Um, they gave him cursor, and the guy just started vibe coding. I mean, there was vibe coding even before the guy started doing it, so I don't blame him. And we were encouraged to do vibe coding. We were, even I was given like cursor. But I mean, I kind of knew what to do with it. I didn't give it like the important tasks. I wanted to do those manually. A lot of the repetitive tasks, like, can you make this do this instead of that? And I'm like, okay, well, can I give this a cursor, and I can do the more important task that requires like editing the entities, like migrations, a lot of those like important things you shouldn't give to AI, to be honest. You should be very careful on how you do them. Anyway, um, yeah, that's like the first example. So, and then it took like a month for the vibe coder to like recreate, I would say, 20% of the application, but it didn't work. Like it didn't work well. I mean, to be honest, the design was fine because basically it was vibe coding, so the AI does the design for it for him, and there was like already Figma designs, which were absolutely trash. But that's another topic. But still, and at the end of this, the guy like changed jobs without telling them, and then they fired him, and then they got another like serious team that was actually doing some good work. And like they worked for like a month, and then the managers were like, okay, nah, you're too slow, guys. I think I need another vibe coder. So they fired them, and then they brought in a vibe coder as well. Like the guy is a Java developer, I think. He's not even related to TypeScript. He doesn't even do TypeScript. Well, I think he does, but it's like he is like a Java mainly, and then he didn't work. The local manager actually started doing the work himself with cursor and everything. And yes, so far it seems to go well. I mean, it seems to work so far until they did this thing where they like gave us a lot of tasks for like um they said the release was on 15th of November. So for October and November they were like bombarding us with tasks, and then once it reached like yesterday, which was the 21st, when they onboarded like the client and everything. So it was one day after they onboarded the first client, we were kicked out. And the reason they were like, well, it's a change in vision and we have to pivot fast. Like, what? At least give me a notice. I know you pivot fast means like you want to do it fast, but like at least give me like a notice or something. Yeah, it's our story for today. I mean, this is like a long story, I guess, for Sloth. I'm gonna give you some examples from the article if you're not gonna read it. But yeah, ba- yeah, basically the first example I give is like the manager starts vibe coding in the main branch, like instead of giving the developers the. Let me show you the article actually. Why not? Well, yeah, we're in Sloth. Yeah, so the manager starts vibe coding in the main branch instead of asking the developers to work on that specific feature. Also, on our side, like on the developer side, skipping tests and releasing buggy features. So sometimes you just want the thing to work on that specific, very specific use case. But a lot of the times, that specific use case isn't the only use case that exists. So after you like release your things, a lot of bugs will show up, and now, let me see, and now you will have a lot of problems to fix. And of course, the to-do later mentality or the lack of documentation and coding. So yeah, if you don't do documentation, it's kind of a little bit difficult to onboard new members, switch teams. It's like they did. I guess they really didn't want us there, or maybe they gave the new team like a lot of time to like onboard, like October and November, and then they rug pulled us. Anyway, unit tests are important, especially on backend. It's kind of interesting. We gave them a lot of unit tests, like especially the past month. I've been working my ass off. I've been doing a lot of like work on the robustness, the stability of the application, adding a lot of logical checks. Um, just like to avoid a lot of the extreme use cases. I mean, not even extreme. It's just like some obvious validations that should be done before any action is taken. But sadly, we were kicked out without even. I was actually working on a feature when I was kicked out, and then I got like the screen of death basically on my phone. It was like your account has been deleted, and I'm like, whoa, interesting. Well, what can I do? Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. See you in the next video.